Welcome to ACE Physics. Today we will learn about deviation through a prism. So first of all, what is the meaning of deviation? If a ray of light is changing its path while it is passing from one medium to another medium, that is said to be refraction, and through the refraction deviation takes place, that we have to study. And in this lecture, in this video, we will learn about the prism formula. So just I will tell you what is the prism. As we know, prism is like this way. So this surface is rectangular, this surface is rectangular, and base is also rectangular, and front and back part is the triangular in shape. So a prism is made up of glass which having three rectangular surfaces and two triangular surfaces. As we can see, in this case, this is the prism. As you can see, this is the rectangular surface, this is the rectangular surface which I say it is a base, and this is also the rectangular surface, and this front and one which we can't see in this one, that is the back, two triangles are there. So what is the prism? Prism is made up of glass which having three rectangular surfaces and two triangular surfaces. Now we have to discuss about the prism formula. So what I said about the prism. Now on behalf of that, this is the diagram for the prism. Now as we will discuss about this diagram, I will say this is any prism ABC. Side AB and side AC are the refracting surfaces. AB and AC are the refracting surfaces, BC is the base. So what happens in this case, as the light enters from here, so this is the incident ray, this is refracted ray because it finally refracted, emergent ray, this is emergent ray, and this is the refracted ray. This angle A is called angle of prism. As we extend this ray further from here and this ray further from here, where they meet, that angle is delta. Now few terms are there, just I will write all the terms. What are the terms here? Just we can write angle A is refracting angle of prism, or simply it is the angle of prism. What is delta? Delta M is the angle of minimum deviation. Angle of minimum deviation. What is term? I1 is this angle. This angle is the angle between normal, this is the normal, and this is the incident ray. So the angle between normal N1 and incident ray, that angle is called angle of incidence. So here we have I1 as angle of incidence. Same way, angle I2. Where is I2? I2 is here. It is the angle between normal N2 and emergent ray. So angle between, what is I2? It is the angle of emergence. Angle of emergence. Okay. What are the angle R1 and R2? Where are the R1 and R2? This is R1, this is R2. These are the angle of refraction. So R1 and R2 are the angle of refraction. Okay. Delta M, as I mentioned, it is the angle of minimum deviation. A is angle of prism or refracting angle of prism. Both the terms are there. I1, I2 I have mentioned. I1 is angle of incidence. I2 is the angle of emergence. R1, R2 are the angle of refraction. Now we can write N1 and N. Sorry, N1 and N2. This is N1, this is N2. So N1 and N2 are the normals. These all are the normals. Fine. And any more thing? Nothing. So further what we did, as this is the incident ray, we can write over here K is the incident ray and N is the emergent ray. K is incident ray and N is emergent ray. N is emergent ray. Fine. So these all are the terms. And what is very important thing, how we have written this one, or how we draw the diagram behind that, what is the science, just I will tell you. This is glass prism. We are assuming, let the refractive index of the glass is mu. Refractive index of the glass is mu because it is a material which is glass. So glass is act as the, one is rarer medium, air is here, it is a rarer medium, and this is made up of glass. Prism is made up of glass, which is the denser medium. So we know, as if any beam of light is passing from rarer to denser medium, its actual path must be like this, but it bent towards the normal. Where is the normal? This is the normal, so it changes its path, it comes over here. Now this is the refracted ray. Now refracted ray again emerges to air from here to here. Again its path must be like this, but it goes away from normal, right? So this is all about the diagram. So we have to establish the relation between few terms, that is what is A, I1, I2 and delta. Between these two we have to, between these all we have to establish the relation. So we can do one thing, as according to geometry we can take this triangle. This is very important thing. We can take this triangle, in triangle this one, okay. As this angle is I1 and this angle is R1, so what will be this angle? This will be, I can say one thing, it is like this way, it is like this way. This is I1 and this is R1, so definitely this will be I1 minus R1. This angle will be I1 minus R1. So this angle will be I1 minus R1. So I can write angle this PLM will be I minus R1. PLM will be I1 minus R1. Angle, this angle same way, this angle PML, angle PML, this will be I2 minus R2, right? Further, in this part we can say this angle is known now and this angle is known now. So this is the exterior angle. I will write in triangle LPM. Exterior angle property I can say delta M will be angle PLM plus angle angle PML. Now further we have these two angles over here and here, so we can say delta M due to exterior angle property, this will be I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2, and here we can write the reason: exterior angle property. So further we can write angle delta M, it's not M, sorry, this is delta M. So we can write delta M is equals to I1 plus I2, as we'll take minus common, this is minus, so this will be minus R1 plus R2. This I will take as equation number 1. Now in the same diagram, as we can see in this part, in this triangle, इस ट्रायंगल में हम लोग दो ट्रायंगल ले लेते हैं. वन इज दिस ट्रायंगल, सॉरी, इट इज cyclic quadrilateral. Now first thing, why it is the cyclic quadrilateral? This quadrilateral is cyclic quadrilateral. Why this is cyclic quadrilateral? Because sum of opposite angle is 180 degree. How it is sum of opposite angle is 180 degree? This is one refracting side, this is normal to this one, so of course this angle become 90 degree, and same way this angle also become 90 degree because it is normal. So 90 plus 90, the sum of this and this angle becomes 180, so of course this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. So I will write in cyclic quadrilateral, in cyclic quadrilateral नाम क्या होगा? ALOM. In this one, angle A plus angle angle LOM, angle LOM is 180 degree. Can we say? This is equation 2. I am talking about this cyclic quadrilateral. In this one, as I proved, the sum of these two angles is 180 degree. So this angle plus this angle will be 180 degree. Angle A plus angle LOM. This is 180 degree. Now in triangle LOM in this triangle, I can say sum of all the angles is 180 degree. So we will get what? Angle R1 plus angle LOM plus angle R2 is equals to 180 degree. This is equation 3. Now I hope, again, this is triangles property, that sum of all the angle of a triangle is 180 degree. So we will add all the angles and we will get 180 degree over here also. So we will get what? Again we are observing that these two equations are equation 2 and equation 3 both having the same RHS. So we can equate the LHSs. So equating equation 2 and 3 because RHSs are same. So we'll get what? We will get angle A plus angle LOM is equals to R1 plus R2 plus angle LOM. Today I am making so much mistake. its angle angle LOM, right. So LOM and LOM get cancelled, so we are getting R1 plus R2 is equals to angle A. This is another very important relation we get, that I will take it as equation number 4, say 4, equation number 4. Now we can compare these two equations 1 and 4. So in 1 and 4, instead of R1 plus R2, we can write A. So substituting equation 4 in equation 1. So equation 1 becomes, substituting equation 4 in equation 1. So now substituting equation 4 in equation 1, we get, what will get, again 4 and 1. So we can write delta M is equals to I1 plus I2 minus, what is the bracket part, R1 plus R2, that is A. So minus angle A. So now further we can write A plus delta M is equals to I1 plus I2. This is very important relation. So what we are observing by diagram, if I will say what we are observing now, that sum of this angle A plus delta M, this angle of minimum deviation, that is equals to I1 plus I2, that is equals to I1 plus I2. So this is very important relation. Now we have to discuss about one more thing, that is the what is the condition for minimum deviation, and if we will write the condition for the minimum deviation, then we can find out the equation for the prism formula, we can say. So condition for minimum deviation we have, I will write condition for minimum deviation, condition for minimum deviation. What is the condition for minimum deviation? It's very simple. I will say this delta M will be minimum if this ray was suppose like this, mean to say अगर ये रे जो इधर जा रहा है ये इधर ना जाके इधर बेंड हो जाए, मतलब ये वाला, और ये जो हमने एक्सटेंड किया ये पीछे जा रहा है, ये भी पीछे ना जाके इधर जाए, तो ये एंगल मिनिमम होगा. एंड बाय दैट टाइम I1 must be equals to I2. So this is the first condition. So for minimum deviation we will have, we can write for minimum angle of deviation, for minimum angle of deviation I1 must be equals to I2 is equals to I will say is equals to I say is equals to I say, I am writing, assume करेंगे हम इसको, and second condition will be, and then in that case R1 must be equals to R2 is equals to R, we will assume it, and one more condition will be there, that is delta will be delta M, that is angle of deviation will be minimum, so it is delta M, right, it is delta M. So already everywhere I have used delta as delta M only, minimum हम लोग मान के चले हैं, but we can write the different conditions. This will be equation number 5 say. So I can write on behalf of these assumptions, whatever we have taken, on behalf of this one we will conclude some equations. So equation 4 becomes, first of all we will talk about equation 4. Equation 4 becomes, so we can write equation 4 becomes, इक्वेशन 4 में हम ये कंडीशन डाल दें तो इक्वेशन 4 हमारा ये है, R1 के जगह हम R डालते हैं, R2 के जगह R डालते हैं, इज इक्वल्स टू एंगल ए, तो 2R हो जाएगा, 2R इज इक्वल्स टू एंगल ए, सो R will be A by 2, that we will write. So R1 plus R2 is delta A, that I can say. So R plus R is equals to A, so 2R is equals to A, so R will be A by 2. This is angle of refraction. Again, very important relation it is. And in second part I can say, we have to find out I, what we have taken, I1 must be equals to I2 is equals to I say, so I1 is equals to I2. So equation 5 becomes, equation 5 becomes, equation 5 हमारा क्या हो जाएगा, what is equation 5? Equation 5 is A plus delta M is equals to I1 plus I2, but I1 is equals to I2 is equals to I we have taken, so it will be A plus delta M will be I plus I. So 2I will be A plus delta M. So 2I will be A plus delta M. So I will be A plus delta M by 2. That we have to write. So as I can say, equation 5 becomes A plus delta M is equals to I plus I. So it becomes 2I. So 2I is equals to A plus delta M. So I becomes A plus delta M by 2. This is angle of incidence, I can say. This is angle of incidence. Now we get two things, R and I. So we know we have to derive the expression for the prism formula, and we know according to Snell's law, according to Snell's law, what is the Snell's law? We know since refractive index, that is mu, is equals to sin I by sin R, but we know we have calculated I as well as R, so we can write over here, therefore mu is equals to sin I by sin R, but sin of I is, what is I? A plus delta M by 2. So it will be A plus delta M by 2 upon sin R is, sin of R is A by 2. What is R? R is A by 2, as we said over here. So we are getting mu is equals to sin of A plus delta M by 2 upon sin of A by 2. This is the prism formula, and by the prism formula, what is mu? Already I mentioned, it is the refractive index of the prism, what is to be finally calculated. And one more thing is there, here I have mentioned deviation curve for the prism, that angle of deviation, this is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of deviation, that is delta. Delta is minimum at this place only, and at this one I is equals to E, but what is E? E is the, in fact we have written as I2. I2 is same as the E, I can say this is as E, which is the refractive index, which is the angle of emergence. So either we can write angle of emergence as E, or it is same as the I2. So anyway, we are getting the same terms. Fine. So deviation, angle of deviation will be minimum when I is equals to E. I have written the condition over here. I1 is equals to E. E was nothing but I2, that I have mentioned I say, and R1 is equals to R say, and delta, angle of deviation, will be M for minimum. So, and okay, so this is the curve for the deviation curve for the prism. Okay, so we complete the derivation for the prism formula. I hope you understood all the concepts and derivations for the prism formula. Please like video, subscribe the channel, and share my video as much as possible. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.